Good morning and welcome to our Sunday morning Dharma service. My name is Emily and I would like to share some thoughts about how my dog has helped me with my practice. I have a lovely, fluffy Siberian husky named Nimbus. He's soft and gray like a cloud, and he's an important part of my family. He's also been helpful to my meditation practice and my ability to appreciate life. Nimbus gets walked 3 times a day, every day, no matter whether it's hot or cold, rainy or clear. The need for him to do this overcomes any preferences I may have to finish some work, fold some laundry, read another chapter of a book I'm enjoying. Nimbus looks at me right in the eye, and he tilts his head back and forth until I get up and get his leash. I always feel better after walking, and I think he does too, but I realize that this is true for many things that can be pushed aside or delayed. Having the experience and of doing something that might not always be my first choice in the moment, but I know is good for me, has helped me meditate more often. Once we're walking, it's a joy to watch Nimbus appreciate the world. And while a turtle or a bunny or a bird can get his attention quickly, he also watches people, the pond behind our house, and often the clouds and the wind. Sitting quietly with his snout in the air, noticing something that I can't see, forces me to slow down and breathe. But the thing that I appreciate most about walking with Nimbus is the connections that I have made. I now know many of my neighbors, and their dogs, of course, in a way that I wouldn't without taking so many walks. Seeing my community daily in a small, regular way has helped me feel connected and grounded. We talk about the weather, we talk about Girl Scout deliveries, family events, or dog sweaters. But what we're really doing is getting to know each other and caring for each other in a way that seems easier with a dog next to you. Thank you. Let us begin our practice this morning by reading The Truth of Il Won Song on page 12. The Truth of Il Won Song. Il Won, one circle, is the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings, the realm where there is no discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being, the realm where there is no change amid arising and ceasing, coming and going, the realm where wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences have ceased, the realm where language, names, and signs are utterly void. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears, whereupon the distinction between wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences comes into being. The language, names, and signs also become obvious, so that the triple worlds in the 10 directions appear like a jewel in the hand. Thus, creative transformations of true voidness and marvelous existence freely conceal and reveal themselves through all things in the universe, throughout vast eons without beginning. This is the truth of Il Won Song. Please stand behind your mats for Qi Gong. In preparation for meditation, Kathleen will lead us into movements to stretch our legs and backs.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends at home. And I'll say, let's maybe, folks here, yeah, scooch in just a little bit. That's lovely. Thank you. All right. So let's begin. Let's get grounded. So feet right under our shoulders. Feel how the soles of your feet connect to the floor. And just kind of ground yourself into steadiness, like roots are growing down. And let's begin by just taking our hands. And bringing our arms up, our hands are shaking, 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 coming up and coming out. And some more, let's do it again. Waking up. One last time. Okay. And let's shift our weight to one foot. We're going to turn the other foot so the top of our foot is pressing down and just lean into that pressing so you feel a stretch on the top side of your foot and ankle. Just hold it for a minute. Breathing in and out. Now we're going to turn our knee to the outside. Keep your foot there, just turning. And kind of lean into that stretch a little bit. And come back. And bring your foot back to the floor. Beautiful. And let's go to the other side. Turn your foot over. Let's press into it a little. Breathing in and out. And then slowly move your knee, facing the big window if you're in this room. And press. And come back. Beautiful. Next, we're going to give our knees some TLC. So we're going to bring one foot to the side, heel is on the ground, toes are pointing up. We're going to rub our hands and then some warm energy. And really rub into that knee, just deeply all around. Front, back, and side. Okay, one more time, rubbing hands. And TLC. Okay, the other side. Heel down, toes up. Rub your hands. Last time. Okay. Come up. Refine your grounding spot. And gently just lift your hands onto your hip bones. And we're going to do circles, but only with our hips. So imagine there's not just a string, but almost like a little steel pole connecting you to the sky. So your head is really fixed. And bend your knees a little bit, relax, and just turn your knees and hips. But keep the top part of your body as still as possible. Beautiful. find any sort of kink spots, you can kind of hang out there for a minute. And let's go to the other side. Beautiful. When you're through, just stand back up. Let's take a breath in. Turn our hands, release. This time when we come up, let's keep going and expand our arms. Feel your heart and chest open and come back. Relax. Breathing in. Last time. Give our head and neck a little TLC. One side, and on that same side, you can take that hand, place it on your head, give a nice little stretch. Release. Let's do that the other side. Ear to shoulder. And release. Now let's lace our fingers, so they're like this. Fingers and just down. We're going to bend down just a little bit. As we breathe in, our arms and hands come up. Turn, facing the ceiling. Stretch up and back. Release your hands and arms to our side, and now bend forward from the hips. Relax your whole body. Arms dangling, and relace your fingers together. Breathing in, just curl up your back. Arms forward. Turning, stretch, stretch, stretch. Look back. And release. Arms out, bending from the hips. Coming forward. Lace your fingers and roll up. Beautiful. All right, let's stand with our feet together. Breathing in, our arms are going to come up. Palms together. Come down to our heart center. Pause and breathe. Put your hands up. And down. We're now going to offer 4 bows to Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace. You're welcome to do standing bows or full bows. So arrange yourselves around mats or chairs.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the marvelous gift of nature and the universe. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to live in harmony and create mutual well-being.
Good morning. My name is Won Gong. Starting this weekend, most Asian countries are celebrating the Lunar New Year. In South Korea, the holiday runs from yesterday through this coming Wednesday. I have a lot of fond memories for Lunar New Year that my brothers and sisters meet together, visit our neighbor, elderly, neighbor families, and then we offer full floor bow. Then they give us some special treats, including some monetary gift. So we try to visit every possible elderly person in the whole. You're quite busy in a way. So it's a beautiful tradition, and not only they are giving material gift, but also they give some words of blessings and good energy and connecting between younger generation to the older generations. The first day of the lunar calendar marks the start of a new cycle of the moon. The moon gradually shifts from its phases: crescent, first quarter, full moon, last quarter, and then waning crescent. Because Lunar New Year falls right at the start of this cycle, the night sky is quite dark. No moonlight, which will be probably tomorrow night or Tuesday night, because in Korea, the New Year day is starting from tomorrow night. The year 2026 is known as the year of the red horse. This red horse year comes around only once every 60 years, and is often seen as carrying a passionate, energetic, and dynamic spirit. Can you feel that? As our lives flow with the cycles of nature, today's meditation invites us to attune ourselves to the cycle of the moon and the rhythm of the universe. First, let's find a comfortable seat. Wiggle your low back, hips, rocking forward, backward, side to side. Opening your heart and chest. Feel your lower back. You may choose to softly close your eyes or softly open your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out gently. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out gently. Imagine the first day of the lunar calendar, the start of the moon cycle. The sky is dark and quiet, peaceful, in stillness. There is no moonlight, just the soft embrace of night. Feel this calm energy around you, a blank canvas for new beginning. Now, picture the moon slowly moving through its phases. Crescent, first quarter, full moon, last quarter, and waning crescent. Each phase brings its own spirit, reminding us of the natural cycles of growth, change, and renewal. Focus on the energy of 2026, the year of the red horse. Visualize a strong, vibrant horse, full of passion and energy and movement, moving forward. Feel its dynamic spirit coursing through you, awakening courage, motivation, and creativity. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to release anything that no longer serves you. Therefore, we can embrace the possibilities ahead, ready to move forward with a zeal and vitality. With your pelvis grounded, feel your present body and awareness. As you scan your body from head to toe, feel your presence, this gift of renewal right now. Through your pelvis, feel the earth energy rising like tender shoots of daffodils and crocuses pushing through the soil, reaching for the energy of the moon and sun. We are grateful for this moment to nurture and nourish our Qi energy. With each breath, may we return again and again to the infinite source of our vital energy.
Page 4.
Yongju, prayer chant. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. Yongju, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong, Chanti Yongya Shintong, Dansayoya Shintong, Chanti Yoa Dongin Che Ayo, Chanti Dong Shintong.
Prayer for world peace. Grace
of
heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. Wanaomnida, Wanaomnida, Kanjori, Kanjori, Wanaomnida, 내 손길 닿는 곳, 내 발길 머무는 곳, 내 음성 말해지는 곳, 내 마음 향하는 곳마다 우리 모두 다 함께, 우리 모두 다 함께 성불제주 인연이 되어지리다.
I wish and pray sincerely and truly, where my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms
realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together, share true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings.
Chanting Sutra Ilwan Vow in English today, page 9. Ilwan Vow. Ilwan is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. Ilwan manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence. Ilwan unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, viewed as impermanence. Ilwan unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth. Please transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwan Sangha, Dharma Kaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan and become one with the nature of Ilwan.
Peace on earth from here now. Peace on earth from here now. Peace on earth from here now. Peace on peace on earth from here now.
This morning, our good temple friend, Michael Macklin, Hyung San Nim, will be sharing his thoughts on the three truths of the truth of Il Won Sang. Let us warmly welcome Michael.
Thank you. Let's start by listening to the truth of Il Won Sang. I'm going to read it to you, and you can read it along with me, but I think you'll perhaps get a more of an impact by listening and reading than having to worry about speaking it. So I'll read it to you. The truth of Il Won Sang. Il Won, one circle, is the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all the Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings. The realm where there is no discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being, the realm where there is no change amid arising and ceasing, coming and going, the realm where wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences have ceased, the realm where language, names, and signs are utterly void. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears, whereupon the distinction between wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences comes into being. Language, names, and signs also become obvious, so that the triple worlds in the 10 directions appear like a jewel in hand. Thus, the creative transformations of true voidness and marvelous existence freely conceal and reveal themselves through all things in the universe throughout vast eons without beginning. This is the truth of Il Won Sang. As I began being interested in Won Buddhism and reading the scriptures, when I came across this passage, I thought that was great. That was wonderful. And I still do. And when I was asked to do this talk on short notice, which has gotten longer since then, 3 weeks ago, some ideas and reflections about it popped into my mind, and I thought, well, this might be useful. So when we say the truth of Il Won Sang, I thought, well, what do we mean by, I'm not going to get into a philosophical discussion, but what do we mean by truth? You know? And as I've contemplated this over the last few weeks, one thing I think I realize is that it's not the same truth as truth of true and false. It's not like there's a false truth of a false thing of Il Won Sang. It's only the truth of Il Won Sang. And the truth of Il Won Sang is something that can't be given to you or learned. It's something that you have to realize. So the three truths of Il Won Sang that I was referring to is the three levels of truth that are possible in learning Buddhism and learning and are reflected in this passage. So the first level of truth is a faith-based truth. And a faith-based truth doesn't mean a blind faith truth, but rather that as we begin to come here, read the scriptures, learn about Won Buddhism, learn about Master Sotaesan, learn about what it is to be a Buddha, we begin to think, well, I don't know if I can do it, but that certainly sounds like a good idea. And we read this passage and we go, well, I don't know what that means. You know, and if you're me, you study lots of Buddhist scriptures, and you know, including our red book, and you refer to the truth, the Won Song vow, and you say, okay, maybe this has something to do with the idea of ultimate truth and relative truth that's talked about throughout the Buddhist scriptures. Has to do with the idea of permanence and impermanence, that again, it fits with relative and ultimate truth. In the Won Song vow, it says, you know, it can be viewed as permanence and it can be viewed as impermanence. So maybe this passage is about both permanence and impermanence. And that's about as far as I can probably get with it, even now. So that's what I would call a third-person truth, a truth that comes from the outside. That, like most truth, is something you learn from somebody else. It's certainly valuable. I'm not, you know, it helps me a lot. And you know, and as becoming a Won Buddhist, learning this third-person truth can be very helpful in your life, and make you want to get even more involved. So the first level of truth is what I would call third person or intellectual truth. And it's not to be knocked, because almost everything we know is third person and intellectual truth, even though we don't necessarily think of it that way. But I think in reality, you know, we didn't learn language because it came from the inside. We may have been prepared on the inside to learn language, but we got it from the outside. So then there's a second level that comes from contemplation, meditation, and perhaps insight, not insight. I'll think of it in a minute. Intuition, thank you. Intuition. And that's once we've begun to practice, we read the scriptures, we reflect, and we meditate, and perhaps we get a glimpse of this permanence and impermanence. We begin to get a glimpse of stuff in a way that is beyond speaking about it in a way, you know, and beyond talking about rationally, at least. You know, it's kind of a feeling you have about what's real, what's not real, about, you know, who you are, you know, who you're not, you know, but not in the sense of false and true, but rather like sense of realization, perhaps, is the word I want. And so the second level of truth is kind of the beginning of a realized truth. And in this second level and in the first level, there's still the two truths. There's the truth of permanence and the truth of impermanence, and they're separate. And presumably, permanence is the ultimate truth when you want to realize it, but it looks far away, and yet the other thing that the teachings teach us that help us to keep at it is that this permanent truth is something we're born with. You know, it's our original true nature, or it's our Buddha nature. We're born with Buddha nature. So this truth is in us, but we have to get stuff out of the way to see it. And so, for me, the first and second level truth, not that I've necessarily reached the second level, makes the question of how do they go from one to the other occur to me. And the explanation is very unclear to me. So through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, normally I know this. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness. So through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness is what makes the transition. Okay? This makes no sense to me at all. That's not a criticism. It's like, well, numinous awareness sounds a lot like ultimate truth. It sounds like deep, and even though it's numinous, it's like, why does that result in the impermanence? Why does that result in karmic consequences? Why does it result in big and small, being and non-being? Why does it, from this other realm where none of that exists and everything sounds ultimately wonderful? So I haven't figured it out, but in contemplating this, I have come to a different conclusion about it, and that's the third truth, or the third level of truth, and that's the truth of a fully realized Tathagata, or Buddha. At the level of a fully realized Tathagata or Buddha, there is no two truths. It's all one. It's just one. This is just one truth, and it's obvious, and things are not divided up, and things are not, one or the other. It's all of it all at the same time, and so that may not seem very helpful. I'm not sure it's helpful to me, but it does seem like a lot of our work in Won Buddhism is to learn to walk the path, use the practice to help ourselves in relative truth and relative reality, but get inspired towards working towards the realization of this ultimate truth that is a kind of oneness of everything, but doesn't exclude anything. So it's in short. I hope it's of some value, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Michael, for your very thoughtful and thought-provoking talk. It struck me, you said something about the fact that this ultimate truth is in us, and but we can't see it, and we have to get things out of the way to be able to see that it's there. And I feel like your talk was a helpful guide for getting some of that out of the way. So thank you. Now let us quietly reflect on what Michael has shared with us for a few minutes. Friends at home, you are invited to write down your reflections at home in your journal or post them in the live chat. We really appreciate learning about your thoughts and questions. Friends in the Dharma Hall, you are welcome to pair up in small groups to share your thoughts and takeaways with each other.
like, oh my gosh, and when you were chanting, I'm like, oh my gosh, I took her
No, I just felt like feeling the vibration.
Yes, it's really acoustically different. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, okay, well, and then I'm like, I didn't even want to be chanted. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice sitting by you.
Yeah, nice sitting by you.
How many friends joining us online today, Nick? About?
Looks like around 40.
Wonderful. Is there any comments and questions shared in the live chat?
Yeah, there's a couple. Bob Brown says, I always loved Michael's talks, especially when even he says there are things he doesn't understand. And thank you, Michael from Bob the Bird. Bob says, thank you, Michael, for your truthful talk and the different levels / types of truth.
Thank you. Any friends first time here today? Raise hand. Welcome. So glad you joined us. And for us to get to know you a little bit more, and for you to get to know us a little bit more, you're invited to fill out this little form so we can include you in our community email updates. So glad you're all here. Any announcements today?
Yes. Thank you for practicing with us today.
My name is Joanne.
And I'm Jen.
Michael, thank you again for your wonderful wise words. And it's always a wonderful day when you will share your spiritual experiences with us. Thank you. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., rain or shine, ice or snow, our Chapel Hill Temple is open for early morning meditation. If you're a morning person, or even if you're not, it's highly recommended. All are welcome to join our Dharma study and discussion sessions on Thursday at 10 a.m. in person or 7 p.m. via Zoom. Each week we are experiencing a new verse in chapter 7, the principle of one's true nature. No prior experience is needed. Newcomers are welcome.
In March, we will be holding our half-day spring retreat on March 21st. You can wake up your body and mind with the emerging energy of spring. You can find more information on our website, including registration. And tomorrow, on President's Day, the Chapel Hill Temple is offering a 2-hour silent meditation. Don't be scared. There's more details from 3 to 5. It's a special opportunity to enjoy a longer, uninterrupted silent meditation. It won't be 2 hours all together sitting. You'll have about an hour of sitting. Then we'll do some walking meditation, and then another hour of sitting from 4 to 5. So the door will be open to those who sign up, and you just try to plan to stay for the entire 2 hours. You can sign up on our website.
In April, Reverend Won Gong will lead a week-long spring retreat at the Southern Dharma Center in the Smoky Mountains. The retreat theme will be "We are one, we are whole." The beauty of a week-long retreat is that it offers time and space to cleanse our karmic energy and immerse ourselves in deep inner stillness. We warmly welcome you to join us.
And if you would like to cultivate even a little more peace today, you can join us at the North Raleigh Temple at 4 p.m. It is a community meditation service for all, and all are welcome.
Let us have our closing meditation for 3 minutes, power meditation. Let's first prepare body, raising arms up, palms opening up, fingers open. Through each fingertips, imagine you are connected with energy of heaven, sky, anything above the earth. Open your back, each space between each vertebra, opening up higher, growing taller, stretching, reaching out further, and relax. Drop your arms slowly, and then drop arms, shoulders, hands, fingertips, the exactly same way, the opposite, towards the earth. So imagine with your fingers, hands, you're kind of really dipping into deep down into the earth. Imagine your shoulders lowered more, arms growing, rooting down, rooting in. Slowly bring your hands on your laps, one hand up, the other hand down. So hand, palm facing up, connect with the energy of heaven. Palm facing down, connect with the energy of the earth. And children, you can join us meditating there, right in the foyer. Wonderful. And deep breathing in and out. Each time when we breathe in, we are drinking in the Qi energy of heaven and earth. Let us welcome our children who did their own meditation. Children will walk in with their walking meditation. Palms together, you can walk in. We welcome you, dear, our beautiful children. Let's see. Wow, everybody's focused. Welcome. You can quietly walk towards your mom or dad. Thank you again for your practice, and thank you, Michael 형사님. I always brag about Michael. He explains the best about the truth of Ilwon-sang and Heart Sutra in the whole wide Won Buddhist community. And we are so lucky to have such a wise Dharma teacher in our community. If you ever visit our YouTube channel, there are a lot of wonderful talks. You can listen again, presented by Michael. And also, there is talk called Numinous Awareness. I remember giving the talk, and sometimes I have to revisit and re-listen to my own talk to reconnect. What did that mean? So there are some good talks about this truth of Ilwon-sang. I hope you get to contemplate that. So we start with our intellectual understanding and contemplation level, and then we reach the realm that beyond words and language. So our hearts united with the Buddha nature, true nature, and we can all be enlightened ones. We have a great potential to be fully awakened, enlightened, and liberated. Let us bless one another by going to page 13, singing morning prayer song. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Is there Reverend Sean here? Oh, he disappeared. I want to say, I want to just let you know how much Reverend Sean has been working for creating each video, editing every single video that has been so abundant in our channel. So big appreciation, applause for him. And having said this, also, I want to thank you, Jackson, who's been doing Thursday Throwing Back for our podcast. Thank you. I believe we have so much insight and wisdom in our community that we can share, but without this wonderful platform and this bodhisattvas, we cannot really share much. And having said all this, if there are any volunteers who are willing to step in, editing or adding some subtitles and helping us with our online Dharma work, please come talk to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you in Korean. How do you say it? Any children? 감사합니다, 감사합니다. Let's bow to our friend next to us. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. And then raise the arms up, waving hands to our friends online. See you next week. 감사합니다.